Hello guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to Blue Point TV, where we talk about football and football related stories. Okay guys, let's talk about the game Chelsea and Aston Villa. Of course, Chelsea dropped point again in this game. They lost to Aston Villa at home at Stamford Bridge. And in 6 games, Chelsea have lost 3 in 6 games after the money that they have spent. Most of the Chelsea fans believe that this season would be kind of different from last season in terms of result. So, but it seems it's the same thing that is happening again. What happened last season, considering how they are dropping point. In 6 games, Chelsea have lost 3, and these 3 they lost 2 at home. And the team that they lost against, Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa, people would believe that Chelsea should be winning those games, especially since they are playing at home. Most Chelsea fans would believe that Chelsea should be getting the 0 3 point, but they lost those games. Now, in this game against Aston Villa, in my preview, I said I expect Chelsea to win. I expect Chelsea to control the games. In the game against Aston Villa, I expect Chelsea to get the higher position. I expect Chelsea to be better in terms of controlling the game. My worry was, can Chelsea score goals? Now, if you remember, I said if Chelsea can score up to 2 goals, I think Chelsea will win. Because I don't think Aston Villa will score up to 2 goals. Because I think the Chelsea defense is good. I think the Chelsea defense has been good. But the problem that I'm having with this team is the attack. I don't think the attack is good enough. Of course, they have been missing their chances. So my worry was, can they score up to 2 goals? If they can score up to 2 goals, I think they can win. Even if Aston Villa will score, maybe they will score 1, because I think the defense, including the goalkeeper, I feel like they have been good this season. I don't think they are giving many chances away. And that was exactly what happened in terms of the attack, because I was worried if the attack can score goals. But the same thing, this attack, it's clear that the attacking players are disappointing the team. For me, the attacking players, they are the problem of this team. They are the one disappointing the team. Yes, people can talk about the coach, Poch, which I still think he has his own thing to fix. But at the same time, I feel like the main problem of this team is the attacking players. I feel like the attacking players have been disappointed. And if I'm talking about the attacking players, I'm talking about Nicolas Jackson, Sterling, Enzo Fernandez, because sometimes he used to get those chances. I'll not be so hard on Mikhailo Modric, but I don't think Modric have started too many games. And for me, this game that he started against Aston Villa, I feel like he was good. For me, he was the best attacking player in the 3 of them, between Jackson and Sterling. I feel like Modric was even better than these other 2. And then when Chelsea went 1 man down, the manager decided to take Modric out, which I don't understand. I feel like Modric was even better than the other 2, knowing that he has pace. If Chelsea are 1 man down, I feel like he should be the one to remain there because of his pace. But the manager decided to substitute and to take Modric out of the game. So it has been disappointing. It has been disappointing to know that the problem that this team is having is the attack. Now, for me, it is obvious to know what is the problem of this team. I feel like the team is playing well in terms of controlling games, in terms of, playing good brand of football. I think they are playing well. The only problem that I know this team have is to convert their chances, to score goals. That is the problem. And in football, if you don't score goals, there's no way you win games. That's just the thing. You have to score for you to win. So if you don't score goals, there's no way you win games. Now, how can Chelsea fix the attack? People can say they have spent a lot of money, almost 1 billion, but still they are struggling to score goals. Now, I don't think the attacking players have been good enough. For Jackson, I've talked about Jackson before. I think he has been disappointing. I never expected this from Jackson. When I watched him in preseason, I feel like he was good in preseason. I thought he would be good in the league. Yes, he's still young. Yes, he hasn't played in the league before. Of course, he came from Spain, from Villarreal. But so I thought Jackson would start the season well. I never expected Jackson to be missing his chances like this. And I always say about Jackson that his movement is another problem that I have with the player. His decision making is another problem that I have with the player. I feel like he doesn't know when to shoot, and he doesn't know when to pass, and he doesn't know when to make a good movement. That's one problem I have with Jackson. And another thing is, we shouldn't forget that Jackson had a yellow card in this game. He had a yellow card against Villa. Now he'll be missing one. He'll be missing the next game, which is the Carabao Cup against Brighton. Now that I want to say this, now that what's his name, Boya is back from injury. Of course, he came in this game against Villa. I feel like Jackson should be dropped. I think it's yes, Boya is just he just came back. Some people will say, "Are you sure it's time for him to start games?" I need Jackson to be dropped because it's not making me feel like he can take this thing. I'm not saying he shouldn't play, but maybe it's time for him to come in from the bench. You know, keep him on the bench. Second half, he comes in. I need Omanjo Boya to start games now since he's fit to play. I need Boya to start games because this thing that Jackson is doing is annoying. How can a striker, when you have a chance, you can't even do anything? What you know how to do is to get card. In 6 games, Jackson have got it 5 yellow card in 6 games. And in 6 games, he only had 1 goal. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. He's a striker. How can a striker be getting card like this? In 6 games, 5 yellow card. So I need Jackson to be dropped in the next Premier League games, even if he will be available. Because I think he will be available in the next Premier League game. I need him to be dropped. Boya should start the next game. You know, so and for Thiago Silva, let's talk about Thiago Silva. Of course, I think the goal that Chelsea conceded was his fault. I think Thiago Silva was the reason Chelsea conceded that goal. He was supposed to do better there. That ball was his ball. That ball he lost to Diaby was clearly Thiago Silva's ball. So how did Thiago Silva lost that ball? I wouldn't know. So, of course, you people know how I rate Thiago Silva. I rate him. I feel like he's still the best centre defender in the league. Or maybe it is time for him to be dropped. Of course, some Chelsea fans are saying they should drop him, his age, and the reason why the manager is going with 3 central defenders is because of him. And for me, I think maybe it is time for the manager to maybe drop Thiago Silva and use this Aziz and Levi Cole, and let's see how it will go. Use 2 central defenders, and then Ben Chilwell on the left back as the left back, and of course, if Malagusto is back, use Malagusto as the right back. Of course, we know that Malagusto had a red card, and then he will not be available for 3 games. So that's to say, possibly, this Aziz will go play on the right back, start as the right back. Now that Malagusto will not be available, of course, we know Reece James himself will not be available. So, and then Levi Cole, now Poch will be forced maybe to play Levi Cole as the left side central defender, which that's his real position. Most of the Chelsea fans are still complaining that they don't understand why Pochettino is not playing Levi Cole on his rightful position. So I think Poch should play Levi Cole on his rightful position as the left centre defender. I feel like that's where you will see the best from Levi Cole in terms of how he plays from the back, how he give those line breaking passes. So I feel like this left back that Poch is using, Cole, is limiting his game, what he can bring. I feel like it's limiting his game. So, I mean, in all this game, disappointing game, I never expected this game to go like this, to be honest. I feel like Chelsea, I thought Chelsea would win, but at the same time, I knew that Aston Villa are the kind of team that if you don't take your chances, if they have theirs, they could or they would take their chances. And that was exactly what happened. I want to talk about the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. I feel like Sanchez has been very good since he has signed for Chelsea. I won't lie, I think he has been very good. Yes, he has been conceding goals, but I think he has been good because this game, if not for Sanchez, I think Chelsea conceded like 3 or 4. Like 3 or 4, if not for the goalkeeper. Some people can say the goal that he conceded, he could have done better, maybe. But I still think, if not for him, Chelsea would have considered 3 or 4 goals. Now, some of the Chelsea fans don't rate him. They feel like he's not good enough to be the Chelsea #1 because of he was the second choice goalkeeper at Brighton. Now, for me, I don't see that as a reason. If because he was the second choice goalkeeper for Brighton, still coaches have their preference. Coaches have their players that they prefer, and it is clear that the manager for Brighton maybe doesn't like him. Doesn't mean that he's not a good goalkeeper. I would still say the goalkeeper for Brighton is not better than him. Honestly, watching the goalkeeper for Brighton, you will believe that he's not better than him. I feel like Robert Sanchez has been doing his job since he has signed for Chelsea in terms of playing from the back, making good saves. I feel like he has been good. I honestly do. I feel like he has been good. It's the team that's letting him down, especially the attacking players. They are the one letting him down. Jackson, Sterling, all these players, they are the one letting the goalkeeper down. I feel like the goalkeeper has been very good since he has signed. Since he has signed, he has been very good. Most of the saves that he made, Kepa will not make those saves, 100%, especially those saves that are so high, those kind of saves. You will know Kepa is not that tall, so his hand will not get to the ball. So for me, he has been good. I feel like if Kepa was still here and maybe playing ahead of Sanchez, Chelsea could have considered a lot of goals, more than what they have considered already. So I feel like the goalkeeper has been good. We can take Liverpool as an example. Liverpool, their goalkeeper, of course, people believe he's the best goalkeeper in the league, but he has considered goals as well. But why are Liverpool winning games? It's because of the attacking players are scoring. If Liverpool concede 1, Liverpool will score 2 or 3. If they concede 1, they score 2 or 3. You get the point? So if maybe Chelsea are winning games, people will not talk much about the goalkeeper in terms of if he's good or not. They will still believe he's doing the job. So for me, I feel like the goalkeeper has been very, very good. He has been very, very good. And yeah, that's my take on the game. It's a disappointing result for Chelsea. Pochettino should please use the players in their rightful position. And let's see where Chelsea will be. And also, I've said it in one of my videos, Chelsea need another striker. They need another striker. There is talk that they might go for Ivan Toney in January. If it will be possible to get Toney, they have to get him. Of course, they said his release clause should be around 60 million, which is not, for me, it's not too much for a player that is proven in this league, in the Premier League. So they have to get another striker because this thing that Jackson is doing, if we want to remain with Jackson, Chelsea have a huge problem, I won't lie. Because Jackson is not making me believe that he can score goals. So, yeah. So that's my take, that's my opinion on this game. And please, guys, if you're watching the video, please don't forget to subscribe if you're new on YouTube and on Facebook. If you're watching the video, follow the channel, Blue Point TV, like and share the video. Thank you, guys. While I see you again, stay safe.